Welcome. This is your daily attendance for September 5th, all right? And so this will be chapter 5, which will be your final, all right? We still will have another week or about 4 days before your finals, in terms of finishing off this week. And the following week is a week before your finals, which is you're going to have your finals Monday, September 18th, 19th, and 20th, okay? So the week of 18th, 19th, and 20th. So I just sort of want to do the final this week. So next week you have the ability to study for your finals, and and then that way we just do housekeeping, okay? Although we shouldn't, because everything's already there. So this is going to be your chapter 5. It's going to be your final. It's going to be an exam, but it's going to be just like your midterm, where it's going to be graded as an exam, but it's going to be a regular assignment like all your other assignments have been, okay? So remember that in your assignments, I do not take pictures, okay? You need to have your, I don't take PDFs. I know that there's a lot of students, not a lot, there's several students that, it sort of converts into a PDF. Part of what I want you to go through is to be able to figure out how not to make it a PDF and how to upload it as a Word. But if you're having lots of trouble, I usually just, comment it, but give you full credit, okay? But it does have to be in a Word document. Make sure that you have your title on it, your name, my name, your section, and your English, the class and your section, okay? So if it's English, the English that it is, and then the section is A500 or A501, and that's how I reference them, okay? What else? If you have specific things within your assignments, like for business communication, you have objectives. Make sure that you state the objective and you put the questions underneath. For English 133, if you have tests, make sure that you title the test every time you have a test. And then for, of course, English 145, if you have practices and exercises, make sure that you title those. Okay. What else? Make sure that you copy and paste everything, and make sure that you answer the question. I had, a couple of students that didn't answer the question last time, but those are people are just, anyway, very few people. But so that, okay. So I hope that you appreciate the week that I'm giving you, so that way you can study for your other exams. This, our terms go really, really fast, and so here we are, really sort of in the end of the 6 weeks, and then of course this week's going to be sort of a short week because we had Labor Day. I hope you all had a healthy and safe and restful Labor Day, or whatever, if you went out, fun Labor Day, okay? So what else? I was going to have some announcements. So I am recording this, of course, a day before. I usually record this early on, but, I've just been inundated with grading. So I am still pending your assignment from last week, okay? I should be getting that done either today, which I'm doing this a day before daily attendance, September 5th, and I'm not going to mention the date because I don't want anybody to get confused. So hopefully I'll get it done today. If not, I will get it done on September 5th. So please be patient with me. I have lots of students, but most importantly, and the reason that, that I've been a little behind on my grading is just because my laters are just killing me. I mean, it's just, if you turn in your assignments on time, I'm greatly appreciative. But most importantly, I hope that you understand how important it is, and this goes for life and whatever it is that you're working on, okay, and wherever it is that you're working, whether it be school or a job or whatever. It is so important to meet your deadlines. It is so important. If you don't meet your deadlines, you make everybody late, okay? And in making everybody late, you weaken the team, okay? And you weaken your own position, which you don't want to be in a weak position, okay? Because then you're open to, to being in a position that possibly you don't want, right? Being at somebody's mercy, like your teacher, see if they're going to let you, turn in let you turn in their late work. Or don't put yourself in that position, especially when there is no need to, and it's just part of, for whatever reason. If you've had an emergency or whatever, then that's a whole different deal. But your team is only as strong as your weakest link. And let me tell you that again. Your team is only as strong as your weakest link. So if you have somebody super weak in your team, you better help them build up, because if you don't, they're going to bring you down, okay? So So for those of you who, and there were the majority of my students this term, you guys turned in, exceptional work. You all followed instruction. You all were timely. Congratulations. It's just habitual. It's routine, and you incorporate it into being part of your life, which is going to serve you exceptionally well. Laters, you guys need to get it together. If you guys are struggling with my class, and my class, there's no reason why anybody in my class should get less than 100. If you're getting less than 100, and people get very mad when I say this, you really need to revisit your life and really start understanding what it is that you're just not meeting, because I am more than flexible and super, super easy. The only way that it can get easier is that if I do your work for you. So, school, even though you don't think so, it's going to be the easiest thing that you're going to do in this lifetime, okay? And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just going to say it's one of the easiest, because life is hard, all right? And life is difficult, and life is a journey, and life is about growth. So try to get at least the things that you have control over, and school is about just being very methodical, being very timely, making sure that you chunk off, the instructions and your work in order to get them done, okay? And especially, really taking advantage of the opportunities that you're given, in my case, I give you an easy 100, which will later help you. So be mindful, right? And so I've just had a really hard time with a lot of my laters. When my laters are late, I have to go back individually and check each one of them, even though I've already done a lot of my work, right? And even though I already finished with that, then I have to go back and review it and make sure that they get it right. They usually don't understand the class because they haven't, read. They haven't even watched my videos. They say they watched them, but they didn't. So be mindful, and most importantly, help yourself. If we are here trying to help you, try to help yourself. Right? I had my daughter today, and just asking her some questions on some clothes, because I have an event coming up and I just don't know what to wear. And it was hideous when I tried on, and she's like, why don't you help yourself? And I thought it was the funniest thing, because I absolutely picked like the worst clothes. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you what she said, to me. So help yourself, right? And it is your obligation to make sure that you understand things and that you meet things, okay? That's why you're here. That's why it's responsible. So anyway, basically preaching to the choir, because most of you got everything in, and I'm absolutely delighted. Remember that your daily attendance has to have me in the picture. And the reason that you have to have me in the picture is not because I love seeing myself, because you guys get me in the worst pictures, okay? It's very funny to see. Sometimes I think you guys do it on purpose. But anyway, it is hilarious to see me. But part of the reason that I'm I want you to be part, I want you to include me as part of the picture for your daily attendance, is that I can make sure that you saw the right video, okay? Because if you didn't, then you're all over the place and you don't know what it is, which is also very interesting, because some people watch the wrong video, like from terms back, but they still get in their homework in. So lots of red flags for me, right? But anyway, so make sure that you include me in the video. By this time, I'm only preaching to the choir, and most of you have already gone through the motions and already know what the deal is. So to you all that, that major assignments that, were on time, were timely, that turned in extraordinarily beautiful things, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There were some assignments that were just so pleasantly to look at, to review, to check, just so orderly. Have pride in what you do. Something that my husband taught me is that, he always likes everything pretty, okay? And there's a lot to be said about that. If you can make it pretty, if it could be organized, if it can be clean, if it can be legible, right? There's things that I'm so confused, and I go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And so it just takes a lot of time for me. And remember that whoever it is that you're giving, whatever it is that you're giving to, right? Like in this instance, you're giving your teachers your assignments. The harder it is for us to go and navigate through your homework, the more upsetting it is for us, and the more time that we spend on it, and the more confused that we are. So if we don't know what you turned in, if we're trying to figure things out, if I have to go back and forth, if I don't know what it is that you wrote, because it is nothing about what it is that I asked, then it's not going to be good, okay? And they will not be easy on you, okay? So try to make it pretty, try to make it organized, and be be proud of what you do. Most importantly, the only thing you have in this lifetime is your integrity and your character, and you show up for yourself how you are, okay? So be proud of what it is that you turn in every single time. Be proud of of your integrity. Be proud that when I was in the district, a lot of people didn't like me, they called me the B or whatever, but you know what, I had my act together and I was top of the district. So they could say whatever they wanted, but I performed, and I performed at a very high level. And that's what, no matter what it is that they said, right, that I had ugly face or this or that I was this and that, it was in the numbers and it was there. So nobody could say anything. So be that excellent person and strive to be the best that you can be. My mother always said, if you're going to be sweeping floors, you be the best sweeper ever. And that goes for anything and everything that you do, okay? Have pride in what you do. And everything is of service. And we need everybody and everything. And everybody has a niche in this society and in this world. And their niche matters, okay? So you need to matter, and you need to do what is the best possible work, okay, and delivery of whatever it is that you create at your highest potential. And that is the name of the game. And that way you outdo all your competition, and everybody will know you for your reputation, okay? And so it's you choose. Is it going to be a reputation of meeting deadlines and being excellent at what you do? Or is it going to be a reputation that you never turn everything in, that you're always a hot mess, that you always have excuses, that you never show up, that you don't even know how to read, that you won't even watch the videos, that you won't even follow instructions? How do you want to be perceived? Because this life depends on you and how it is that you want to go through it. So make the best of it, okay? So I think that's it. Remember that you will be having finals on Monday, September 18th, 19th, and 20th. Your assignment for this week, which will be your final on chapter 5, okay? I'm giving you guys a break because we could have assignment 5 this week and then final next, but I'm not going to do that, okay, because it's cutting it too short, and I always like to give you some time to study for your other tests that you really have to study. All right, so I believe the assignment for this week will be due Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think I put the 8th. Let me see, and I didn't bring my phone. Perfect. So and then I don't know, I think it's Friday. So I think I have Friday midnight is what your deadline is. For those of you who have trouble and can never meet it or whatever, then you know that I always keep it a day after, a good day after, in case you missed it. Don't wait on the last moment to upload it, okay? Because I'm not, it's going to be, the deadline, the cutoff date is going to be cut off, and that's it. So don't put yourself in that situation. Get it in as quickly as you can, and then be done with it. I have graded everything. I've graded all my laters, the links that I opened, on week 3, okay? All that's graded. Everything, the assignment from last week is graded except for the chapter. I will be having that pending, and there is still laters, right? You all know who you are, that is pending, okay? So I will get to that. If you have messaged me, if you have emailed me, or if you've teamed me this past weekend, I have not responded because I need to get this done, and so I did that. I will be responding tomorrow, okay? Or the 5th, whatever day that is that you're looking at this, okay? So hopefully just be patient with me, and I'll get that out. All right, so if you have any issues, any problems, if you have any discrepancy in your grade, make sure that you check them out, and you verify that your grades are correct, right? Don't hit me up, after we've turned in grades and tell me that there was a discrepancy in your grade, because I will not be able to do anything at that moment. All right, so make sure that you check on your grades and you make sure that that's appropriate, okay? So I will begin with English 133, A500, and A501, okay? Remember that you have to copy and paste your test right onto a Word document, okay? Make sure that you put in your answers, okay? So you're going to be doing chapter 5, which is getting to the point of longer readings, and you're going to be doing test 1, 2, and 3. So chapter 5, getting to the point of longer readings, test 1, 2, and 3 for English 133, A500, and A501. I believe that the deadline is Friday. I think it's the 8th, midnight. Make sure you verify that. I can't remember right now, and I don't have my phone when I'm sitting doing this in my little, watch. I can't tell. So anyway, so remember that it has to be in a Word document, okay? Please, it has to be in a Word document. It has to have the title of your class. It has to have the section. It has to have my name, your name, and then it has to have test 1, done test 1 with the answers, questions and answers, and then test 2, test 3, and then make sure that it's labeled correctly and upload, okay? Going on to BC. Hold on, this is English 133, the one that we just did. So we will be doing BC, A500 and A501. All right, you will be doing chapter 5. Make sure you read it. You will be doing objectives 5.1 through 5.7, questions 1 through 21, writing business messengers, writing business messages, okay? So you're going to be doing learning objectives, and this is in chapter 5. Sorry, I butchered everything. So chapter 5, all right, objectives 5.1 through 5.7, it's questions 1 through 21, all right, and the title of the chapter 5 is writing business messages, okay? And it's where learning objectives is. Make sure that you copy and paste your objectives. Make sure that you copy and paste your questions. Make sure you copy and paste your multiple choice. Make sure that you highlight the multiple choice with yellow highlighter. Make sure that you title your document in a Word document with class, section, your name, my name, and then of course your title of your assignment, okay? So that is due, I believe, on Friday midnight. Make sure that that's correct. I think it's on the 8th. I don't know for sure, but make sure that you check that out, okay? So moving on to English 145, A500 and A501, all right? You will be doing practices 1, 2, and then you're going to be doing exercise 1, 2, 3, 4 in chapter 5. Make sure that you read chapter 5. Let me go through that again. English 145, A500, English 145, A501. You're going to be doing as a final practice 1 and 2 and exercise 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that you understand which ones the practices are and which ones are the exercises, okay? And you're going to be doing chapter 5. Make sure that you copy and paste the practice. Make sure that you copy and paste the answer. Make sure that you copy and paste the question and the answer. I had a student that didn't answer the question, so that's a no-go and that's incomplete, all right? I will not be allowing any type of freebies after that or any type of special accommodations if you get it wrong. So make sure that you get it right, okay? And that is for chapter 5. Make sure that you title your document with your name, my name, the class, the section, and then of course your assignment and the title of your assignment. I believe that that's due on the 8th, which I think is a Friday. Should you have any problems or questions, feel free to reach out, and I hope that this helped. Love and light. Ciao.